Hello, and welcome to I Have a Lot of Friends with Brolin Devine. I'm your host, Brolin Devine. This week with me on the show is my friend, Dylan Court.
Hey, it's me, Dylan Court.
Good start. Today, one of my microphones is broken, so we're just using one microphone for both of us. You're going to hear a lot of background noises, slurping of coffee, drumming on the table, my hands rubbing against the thighs of my pants. Dylan fingering himself. I've recently returned to Canada. I haven't done one since I've been in Canada.
Oh, nice. The return.
The return episode. The homecoming. And I'm back living at my parents' house in Aurelia to try and save money. I've gotten married since the last episode I recorded. Sort of married. We can talk more about that later.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
Big step.
Yeah. Lots of complications there to talk about. So we've got lots I can talk about with you.
Yeah.
Where do you want to start, Dylan?
Well, you were just talking a lot about how you got married. Maybe we just start
Talk
there.
about our relationship?
Yeah, how we didn't get married.
We didn't get married, but
Yet.
we know each other. We're friends.
Friends of friends.
Distant acquaintances.
Yeah.
Dylan is in my sister's grade. Is it weird when you're an adult to still talk about...
I'm 30 years old. I don't think you can say... I'm not in any grade now.
It's weird to talk about somebody being in a grade.
Yeah. Marlo.
But I meant more like, you're both 10s.
10 out of 10?
Yeah.
Hey, nice.
Yeah, cool, eh? We're, again, same as the episode with my sister, recording in my childhood bedroom. Doesn't look the exact same as it did then.
I was trying to remember if I've...
There's a lot more kids' toys in it now.
Yeah. Yeah. I was trying to remember if I've ever really been in this room, and I think it was only when there was like parties going on here, and I would come up here and steal people's beer. I think that's like the one time.
In here?
Yeah, I remember someone was like hiding a case of beer upstairs, and someone like hinted to me that there was a bunch of beer upstairs. I just came up and stole it.
Hey man, there's a bunch of warm beer
there's
upstairs.
A bunch of,
in the hottest room in the house.
Warm Coors Lights upstairs.
Feel free to help yourself.
I was like, right on. Whoever told me it wasn't their beer either. They were just like, someone else that told me about this beer.
I had someone else. There's a legend of some beer upstairs, some hot beer. Unless it's like somebody that I really hate, and then I'm like, yeah, fuck it. I'll talk some shit.
Yeah. Like who? Example. Who can we talk shit about and not feel guilty about it at all?
Allison Ford.
Allison Ford. Yeah, I don't want to talk about that either.
For those of you at home, that's Dylan's GF.
That's my girlfriend.
His partner.
Partner and neighbor.
Do you like the word partner or hate the word partner or have no opinion about the word partner?
I don't really have much of an opinion about it. I have no problem just saying girlfriend.
Yeah. But when somebody else says partner, are you like, hey, is that person gay? And I didn't know.
It's hard. Yeah, it's like that's your first thought when you hear someone say partner. You're like, oh, you're gay. And then you're like, oh, wait, no, you're not. You're just saying partner.
I find it used to be my first thought, but less and less. It's my first thought because less and less it necessarily means that. Mm-hmm. I always had a problem with the word partner until I recently got married. And I hate saying wife. Like, I don't hate it. Sometimes I do. But I say partner a lot.
Yeah,
I don't know why. Wife and husband feel old-fashioned to me. And kind of... I'm not saying... Like, if somebody likes saying that, it's fine. But for me, I feel like tacky saying it. Yeah. How to start.
So, Brolin.
Yeah.
You got married when you were living abroad.
Yeah.
What's this lovely lady's name?
To the untrained eye, it's Sophie. S-O-P-H-Y is how you spell it. But she's Cambodian, and in Cambodia, they don't have a soft PH.
Oh.
So in reality, her name is pronounced Sophie.
I thought it was going to be Sapai.
Sapai, no. Very borderline racist.
Oh, shit.
No, it's Sophie. I worked in Australia at a Costco with many Cambodian people. Became friends with one of them, and she introduced me to her niece. She showed me a picture of her niece one time. She's like, I should introduce you to my niece. She's really pretty. And she showed me a picture of her. And I was like, yeah, sure. I'll talk to her.
And usually when people do that, it's not so much.
And so we chatted on Facebook. And it wasn't anything because, like, in the beginning, her English communication wasn't very good.
How would you say it was better than your Cambodian?
I would 100% say
Nice. So she's got one up on you.
Yeah, but that being said, the more we talked and the more confident she became in speaking English, she got way better at it. So I think she knew like a bunch of English theoretically. Yeah. She had just never had to put it into practice. I mean, long story short, we talked until my visa was up in Australia, and I was like, on the way home, I'm like, I'm gonna fly to Cambodia for a few months and visit this girl. Because we've been talking a while. And then I got there, and it was sort of the same thing again. Like when I first got there, I hadn't committed to anything yet, not even a relationship. When I first got there, we were staying in the same 2-bedroom apartment. Her mama insisted that we get a 2-bedroom apartment so that we stay in separate rooms. But we never once slept in separate rooms.
No. Take that.
But
take that, mother-in-law.
But over there, the culture is very conservative.
Yeah.
Like, the fact that we were even staying in the same place would be, like, a real big no-no overall in the culture. But, so that was pretty progressive of her mom in the first place. But yeah, we stayed in the same room, obviously. And then so the relationship got stronger and stronger. In the beginning, it was like still a little tricky communicating, but the more you spend time with somebody, the easier it becomes to communicate. And so, yeah, we, don't make me say it. We fell in love.
You fell in love. Oh my god. It's just like a Meg Ryan, Tom Hanks type of movie.
But I still wasn't necessarily going to get married after, like, a month of being there.
That wasn't your first thought?
No. And then her mom, at the end of the month, was like, had some pressure put on her by her mother, Sophie's grandmother. So then she said Sophie couldn't stay with me anymore.
Oh.
And so...
She knew what was going on.
She said we were wasting time and that we seemed like more just friends. And so she had to leave. And then on top of that, she had a guy that she said would be good for Sophie to marry.
Oh.
Like an arranged marriage kind of thing.
Bummer.
And so, like, nobody ever put any pressure on me. That's, like, the main thing I like to get across when I tell this story. Nobody ever put any pressure on me. Sophie didn't. She made it sound like, yeah, like, she made it sound very matter of fact. Like, yeah, I could get married to this guy. That would be fine. It is what it is, And I went on my own, like, little trip to Thailand for a week because I had to leave the country and come back in to extend my visa. And so I had some time to myself to think about it. I didn't leave the hostel much because I had a serious case of diarrhea while I was there.
Nice.
I literally, like, a friend of mine that lives in Thailand was about 3 blocks from the hostel and had about 45 minutes in between work and catching the train to some class she had to go to. So I went to meet up with her. I stood there for about 5 minutes and then said all of a sudden, like, I have to go. Because I just, like, had to poop so bad. But so I was in Thailand and I had some time to think about it. It sort of felt like what I would equate to Netflix or Spotify, like, trial subscription where you get, like, 30 days trial and then they take it away from you.
And you're like, damn,
on this...
I need that back.
Yeah, I miss cute. My orange is the new black. But no, so I went back and I said, yeah, okay, let's do this.
Nice.
Yeah.
Full commit.
Yeah, we were in a relationship and I was happy with it and I wanted to continue in that relationship and still do right now. So we got married in a Buddhist wedding ceremony.
Oh man, it was beautiful. The photos, I just said that like I was there, but I was not there. I witnessed these photos via Facebook.
Yeah.
And it truly looked awesome.
It was pretty weird. And not weird, but yeah, weird. It was weird.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't understand the language.
Not weird for them, weird for you, I'm sure.
Yeah, I got laughed at a lot during it.
Is this what I'm doing now?
Yeah. I just followed her lead. Yeah, and then we got married, and it was like fucking, 45 degrees, and I'm wearing like 3 heavy layers of material.
Yeah, it was like a silk turtleneck. It came right up, and it was full, long sleeve.
And then a jacket over top.
Didn't look that breathable,
No, it wasn't. It was not breathable at all. And then her mom's like got like napkins and she's like dabbing sweat off my head as the thing's going on. And I always in the past kind of assumed I would never get married. And I always thought if I did get married, I would feel this intense sense of regret immediately after and panic. But I didn't, and that was surprising to me. And I still don't to this day regret it. I'm still happy about the decision. It's annoying because we're not officially married yet.
Right.
According to Buddha, we're married, but according to any government body, we're not.
Well, what laws are more important? Legal laws made by man or Buddhist law?
I think the legal ones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was trying to set you up for the other way, but
So it just makes it more complicated for trying to get her over to Canada because we're not like legally married. In Cambodia, they make it so fucking hard to like marry anybody. Like I think it's more hard for a man to marry a Cambodian woman.
right.
You need to get all these documents. There's 2 documents I just could not get without coming back to Canada, and you have to spend 3 months there basically to finish it all.
Wow.
So it's all like a long process. I'm sure I'll see her again in 1 to 2 years.
Oh my god, that's insane.
Yeah. But in the meantime, I've got you.
You got me, yeah, and my girlfriend.
And your girlfriend, yeah.
Yeah.
You made it weird.
Did I? Just mentioning Allison?
Yeah. Anyways, now that I got all that boring stuff out of the way.
Well, it's wild. It's a wild thing, but good for you.
Hey, thank you.
That's awesome.
Enough about me.
Enough about you.
Let's talk about you. Dylan Court, famous artist of
I
Aurelia.
was born March 16th, 1988.
March 16th, really?
That's right.
That's Darren's birthday. My friend Darren Menezes.
No, that's my birthday.
Darren Menezes stole your birthday.
That son of a bitch.
Kill him.
Where is he?
Kill him.
Are you talking about Darren from
Jimmy Boys.
from
formerly
filming Darren when he doesn't know he's being filmed?
Oh my god.
Or the making of filming Darren when he doesn't know Darren is being filmed?
Oh my god. Classic videos. That's the Darren I'm talking
If you don't know what I'm talking about, listeners, turn this off immediately and go and find that video. It's great.
You should be able to find it.
It's
on
hilarious.
YouTube. It's hilarious for the time.
I should go back and rewatch it.
For a bunch of boys who didn't know much about using a camera or editing video.
Yeah. I really love in the making of when you guys are all getting interviewed and you're all smoking and you're like clearly not smokers and you're just like
Darren was.
Yeah, he
At
looked
that
pretty.
time.
I think he wasn't smoking, but you and Jimmy were.
I can't remember, was he? I think he was.
And you guys were just like fake smoking, like
my smoking looked okay.
no.
Jimmy's didn't. Jimmy was like, and he was getting like, he was like taking a million puffs, and he was holding it like with all 4 fingers and his thumb, and he's like getting lightheaded.
Like a kid holds a crayon, just like his whole fist.
Yeah, exactly.
He's fisting that cigarette.
Yeah. What a sexy boy. Jimmy moved out east. He doesn't live in this area anymore.
I learned that listening to one of your podcasts.
Really?
Yeah, you guys were talking about it.
Oh, yeah.
You guys were talking about, I forget who you were talking about it with, but you were saying
Maybe Kim.
that it was, that you guys still call it the Jimmy Boys, even though he's gone.
He could come back at any time.
He could. Is that likely?
No, he'll never.
No, he'll never.
He's gone forever.
You guys could all go there.
He opened up a cider place in, like he brews cider now
Cool.
in Nova Scotia. So it's definitely better to go out there.
Yeah, free cider.
I don't think he'd give it to me for free.
Why not?
I think, what did he tell me? I think he told me he'd give me a 5% discount.
Oh, man. That's not that good. I feel like any customer, if they were like, hey, how about you give me 5% off on that, he'd probably just be like, yeah. Cool.
Okay, sure.
You asked.
Whatever.
So, here you go.
Yeah. Especially if they tip.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm sweating. It's so hot in here.
I'm feeling it.
You're feeling hot?
I'm feeling a little warm.
Okay, I'm gonna crack the window.
Sweat through my pussy face t-shirt.
Oh my god. I'm gonna crack the window.
All right.
Because we aren't getting enough background noise in here. I think
Yeah,
we need more.
We need some street noise. Oh, nice. That's what I was missing.
Oh yeah. If it gets too cold, let me know. Oh, yeah, good. There's cars in the background. That's okay, man. Oh, there's a snowblower.
There's a snowblower.
It's okay, man. You ever like listen to like those NPR podcasts when they're out in the field?
No. Nope, never.
Oh, now my feet are cold.
You really opened that window all the way.
Okay.
It was like...
So Dylan is an artist.
Yes. I'm a painter.
You are?
Yeah.
You'd call yourself a painter?
Yeah. I kind of, whenever I say artist, it's like feels a little weird, you know?
I hear you.
There's a lot of stuff that comes with that. When you say, I'm an artist, people are like, oh, this guy's a dick.
This guy's a dick. Yeah. I hear you. I've never had an easy time claiming to be anything. When I did comedy a lot, I never felt comfortable saying I'm a comedian.
Yeah.
When I climbed like 3 days a week for 2 years, I never felt comfortable saying I'm a climber.
Yeah. I know what you mean. It's like, because it's like I don't feel comfortable saying that I'm an artist because it's not like, that's not my profession, you know, like I'm not doing that for a living. It's like just something I do.
That's true.
Semi successfully.
That's true. That's totally it. Like I would say, like, if I was getting paid, I would feel more comfortable saying I'm a comedian or something. But I'm not getting paid. Got paid maybe twice in my life for it.
You could, man. You're a funny guy.
Hey, thank you. But your art's really good, and you've sold some.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, when I do it, it goes pretty well.
You've sold some, so technically
good.
You're a douchey artist.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you feel comfortable saying you're a snowboarder?
Yeah.
Do you feel comfortable saying you're a skater?
Yeah, skater. I don't know about that word, skater.
Skater boy.
It's got a lot. Yeah, skateboarder.
Yeah, you prefer that?
Either one.
You shred?
Either one. Yeah, I fucking shred it, you know. I like grind.
I flip kick
flips,
ollie,
and do
inverted
wheelies.
360 fakie.
Yeah, that's true. If you do a 360 on a bank or a quarter pipe, you land fakie.
Oh, you lost me. Soapy one time came home from her shop with this little baby boy and told her mom somebody dropped it off that couldn't take care of it, so her mom adopted it.
How noble.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And raised him as her own son. And then later, I didn't know this, but found out Soapy had an older sister that had run away from home with a boy and apparently had twins and couldn't take care of both, so she gave one of them to Soapy, and Soapy went home to her mom and lied and said a stranger had dropped a boy off, so her mom adopted it. The sister came home and we found out that Soapy had lied and that was actually the mother's actual grandson.
Wow.
Soapy's nephew.
Who was a twin of another child.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And then then they all came home. Everybody was very happy. There was no like anger or anything. The little girl's there around now too, and she's very cute. I call him King Kong. That's my name for him. Because he's a very chubby little boy. He's huge. And also...
He looks like a gorilla.
But also his name is Kim Hong.
Oh yeah, that's pretty close.
It's pretty close. They sort of just continue the way it is. Soapy still always calls him her brother, and he still calls Soapy's mom. And it seems complicated to me, looking in, but to them it all feels very uncomplicated for them, so I guess whatever works for them.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I don't know how that'll affect him when he's older. I think about that sometimes.
Yeah, it's like, this is my sister, also my aunt.
But they're all still around, and nobody, like, hides it necessarily. Mm-hmm. He's just a baby, so he doesn't understand what everybody's talking about.
Okay, yeah, so
I dig it.
Paintings and drawings, and under the pseudonym Bones, which is also just my nickname.
Yeah, because you have them. I'm pretty sure, I don't know for sure, I've never seen an x-ray, but I'm pretty sure under the skin and muscle, you have bones.
Definitely.
They sort of hold it all upright.
You know what? You do too.
What?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
But
a lot of them too. It's not just like, I got a couple of bones in this whole body here. It's like, you got a lot.
God.
A couple hundred.
And I like to.
And you like to.
What's your Instagram?
It's bones.sucks.
Like SUCKS?
That's right.
Instagram at bones.
So if you want to, look me up, check it out.
All of the 2 people listening will
yeah,
go on there and check that out. I like your stuff very much, and I think like I can be pretty objective, and it's not just because you're my friend. I've seen like other friends stuff that I didn't like. And I pretend to.
Right.
You gotta pretend to.
You have to, yeah. Well,
like people do with this podcast.
Yeah, like how I just listened to a bunch of them the other day because, you invited me to be on it, and I was like, oh, fuck, I guess I should listen to this piece
I gotta
of
see
shit.
how this goes.
I guess I should listen to this piece of shit podcast. And
then you tried to call in sick, but I went to your house and I picked you up.
I tried to make myself sick.
Like,
what is the oldest thing in this fridge? And I was like, oh, look at this gross thing, and I ate it.
You haven't timed it right now. You're going to be really sick either tonight or tomorrow.
Yeah, maybe during this podcast I will become very ill.
Convenient. Mm-hmm. I like your art, and I like it not just as art, but as like comedy.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I try to do some funny stuff,
and I think it's all really funny. It's witty.
Thank you.
Yeah, and it's like witty in a way I really appreciate, where it's like not a lot of words, but like hilarious. I don't know how to say what I'm saying. Like, I don't mean to like embarrass you or make you uncomfortable.
No,
okay. But
I'm comfortable talking about it.
Okay, cool. It's like little words that say a lot, which I always love because that's not easy to do.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. That's something I've learned, I think, from my dad. My dad, Paul Court, is a songwriter, and he says like the thing that people do wrong the most when they're writing a song is they put too many words in it.
They over-explain
and that's the main
things.
thing is that you just like take out as many words as you can and still get your message across.
The funny thing is, Dan Reeder does that with his art, but in his songs he says a lot of words.
He says a lot, yeah. He's really like, but fully explaining everything he's doing, yeah. I really only know that, I've definitely heard a lot of his songs, but the one I know the most is that Food and Pussy.
Oh yeah, song. Where he says very little words. But he's good. Dan Reeder is good when he does say a lot of words. He's still being very like simple about it.
Yeah.
It's like, it's more relatable. It's like, I heard the other day that... Ernest Hemingway, I think I heard it on like Norm Macdonald's show talking about it, but he was saying Ernest Hemingway, because Ernest Hemingway used a lot of like simple words and stuff, and he talked about like F. Scott Fitzgerald and all the other authors of his time. He's like I know all those words, but that's not how I speak, so I don't use those words when I write.
Yeah, he's not trying to impress anyone, he's just getting his ideas across.
When I was in New Zealand, I went to this art show that was like, the genre was like, they called themselves skate art.
Yeah, that's a thing.
But I sort of felt like you fit in that genre.
That's definitely like a lot of my influences are people that are skateboarders or, you know, do art for within the skateboard world.
Yeah.
Like a big one's like Ed Templeton, who was a pro skater. And is like a huge like fine artist.
I don't know.
You don't know? You should check him out. I think you would like it a lot.
I will, yeah.
And yeah, he's like a photographer. He kind of does a little bit of everything.
And we both look at a lot of Horace Walker.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he's a skater because
he's in that. He would be in that like skate art field for sure. He skates.
Skateboarder.
Skateboarder.
Yeah, he does, because I remember some of the older videos there'd be like skateboarding showing up more often.
Yeah,
and his stuff's awesome. I've actually in, I think it was episode 3 or 4 with my friend Graham, we talked about him because we were both just discovering him at that time.
Actually, you guys definitely brought that up.
We recommended him,
Horace Walker,
because his Instagram is awesome. But
if you don't used to be follow Horace Walker, you should just throw your phone into a toilet, and then get it out and put it in some rice.
Yeah, because you'll need that for phone calls. So I showed a couple people at that art show that I went to your stuff, and they loved it.
Cool.
And they follow you now on Instagram and stuff.
Awesome. That's amazing.
Yeah, so I'm out there in the trenches, man.
Yeah, great.
You have a celebrity sister.
Yeah, I have a sister who's gets to be on the television quite often. My sister...
She's an athlete.
My sister is a professional curler. That's right, curling. That weird sport.
That's cool as hell.
Curling's dope. What most people that call themselves skateboarders like are into. Like, that's their thing. That's what they do.
I know everything about it.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
I don't even know.
Ask me anything.
What's Tony Hawk's son's name? That's also a pro skateboarder.
Oh yeah, that's easy. It's Tommy Eagle.
That's right. That's so true. He changed his last name because he didn't want to be the same bird.
He needed to be a new bird of prey.
Mm-hmm. He needed a new bird on his board.
Tommy Eagle. The culture today, and I agree with it, is like, you know, believe the victim. Listen to what the victim has to say. Trust the victim until it's somebody that people love. Like, it can be one person who's like, I believe the victim, and they're like, Michael Jackson touched me. It's like, no, that's not true.
Yeah, right.
He was so normal. He made good music.
Yeah. Okay, how do you feel about, like, there's people that have gotten in trouble, you know, say, like, we'll just use Kevin Spacey. He did bad stuff. Do you feel guilty at all when you watch, like, a Kevin Spacey movie?
This is hard for me. Yeah, I get what you're saying. For example, when I was a kid, I loved The Cosby Show. I cannot watch The Cosby Show now. And I'm not saying for anybody that this is how it goes, but for me personally, when I see him on there, it's all I'm thinking about. It's all I'm aware of. You know what I mean? Like, it's all I can think about when I see him on there. And the fact that it was going on at that time and stuff like that. That being said, Woody Allen, very creepy dude, married his partner's adopted daughter when she became of age. I watch Woody Allen movies because I don't have to look at his face. You know what I mean? It's actors, it's different actors and stuff.
What about the ones that he's in?
Yeah, I don't know.
I find it's
hard.
It's hard to be like, oh, I can't watch that. It's like, it's hard for me because those are great movies.
You liked them before,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, I think you have to separate, the real person from their performances.
But at the same time, you don't necessarily want to support them financially either, right?
Yeah, true. Well...
Yeah, music's a little different too, right? Because again, you're not like confronted with them as much as the people. I don't know. There's no right answer or clear answer anyway.
But it is hard.
Like Louis C.K. I loved his stuff a lot. His TV show especially. Like, his comedy was great, but it never, like, got me as much as it got other people, I think. Mm-hmm. But his TV show I always really, really liked. And then, so when that thing came out that he was, like, pulling his penis out and masturbating in front of women and standing in front of the door, my first instinct was to be like, well, that's not so bad. He never laid hands on anybody or whatever. And that was my first instinct, which was incorrect.
Right.
It was the wrong instinct. Then saw it portrayed in a TV show. Not him, but somebody else using their power to call somebody into like a room and then like masturbating in front of them.
Oh, yeah.
And just seeing it. It was in Tig Notaro's show, One Mississippi. But to see it portrayed, it was really fucking creepy, and it would be really hard on somebody. And that's kind of the thing, like, you can like paint a picture of what it looked like in your head to sort of sway your own opinion one way or the other, but you weren't there and you don't know how creepy it was. And then when I saw it like laid out, I was like, oh yeah, that was way creepier.
Horrible. Yeah,
it's disappointing. And I think like instead of maybe focusing on should I still like this person or not, it's better to focus all your attention on the non-perverts who make stuff you like.
Yeah.
There's a lot
maybe
of
I'll just pay more attention to this person who seems like a solid human being.
Yeah, there's a lot of more legit content out there. What's up, Doc?
Who's that?
Porky Pig. Thanks for coming, Dylan.
Anytime.
Promise?
Yeah.
Big mistake, man.
The next 10 episodes.
Alright.
With Dylan Court.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye for now. Take care, my sweet friend. I'll see you when we do, and I'll like that visit too. Don't be a stranger or stay away long. We've got lots to talk about in time.